Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name is John McDonald, and today we want to make a really simple arrangement, and my inspiration for our design today are really these beautiful agapanthus. Now, I've got a couple of pots of agapanthus just out on the terrace, and I noticed that they've started to flower, so I thought we've got to use them. I mean, they're nice when they go to seed heads, but they're actually beautiful when they've got this colour. So that's our flowers. And I really was thinking, what can we do with them? And my initial thought was to use a pin holder, but also to imagine, like, if you think like this is a ball, my initial thought was to make an arrangement that's like a ball that's come in, bounced, and headed off. So really, splitting the stem, keeping the flower quite short, and having the line. But I think that's maybe a little bit simple, and we might revisit that one later. But yeah, that was my initial thought, was really just using the line of the stems and the head of the flowers. I think if these were a little bit fuller, it would look more like a ball, or maybe an allium would be a better choice. So my next thought then was, what container do I like? Well, I've got a few different containers. I've got this nice pale kind of sage green one, which is lovely. This container I got in a secondhand store, and it's a really nice earthenware dish. Another earthenware dish is just this round pot. And then this one is really just a very simple plate. So this is just kind of like homeware, essentially. So this makes a really good container if you're wanting a little bit more depth. But I think this is too white, and I think we're going to go with this one. So we are going to use a pin holder. So pin holder, this has got a nice grip, I suppose, or it's got a nice edging of rubber. So that's just stopping it moving around. It's also stopping it scratching my container, which is really nice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some water. So place your pin holder where you would like it to be. I'm going to have it in the middle, and then we just need water that will basically cover those pins. So actually it's surprising just how much water we can put in there. Now, I've only got 4 of these flowers, so we need to be careful as to how we're going to use them. Now, that's the 2 biggest ones, that's the 2 smallest ones. And the other thing that I thought would be really nice was using these. So this was like a running weave using medilino cane, and this was a pink cane that I had, and unfortunately that was all the pink I've got, so this was all I was able to make. But I just love these. Once you've made them, and this is with the paper covered wire, once you've made them, then you've got them. You can reuse them, you can do different things with them, and so you can use them to create lines through an arrangement. You could go up, you can do different things, you could link containers. What I want to do is just put this through itself and create a little bit of a shape, which I think is quite nice. And in some ways we need to kind of think of this a little bit fluidly. It's not possible to have an exact idea of what the finished design is going to be like. But I'm just making sure that they're really nicely secured on there. Now, I want this to sit up like that, but what we can do is we can actually use our flower. So we've got a really nice strong stem here, and I can take that down through our running weave and use this really to help fix that. Now, I want this to be a little bit more over so we can adjust it. So the great thing with creating a framework like this is we start to create space. And I don't want them in a straight line. I'd rather this was really feeling 3-dimensional. And we can come up a little bit taller again. So we've actually got this nice curve coming in, this nice curve coming in. We can repeat that with this stem here, with this nice curve. So sometimes you know what your container is going to be and or you've got a starting point. So your starting point might be your container. It might be your flowers. It might be the dish. It could be anything. So really, it's a good idea to keep a really open mind as to what we're going to do. So one thing I do want to do is hide this pin holder. So it's probably easier doing that just now. And this is just some gravel that literally I got from the garden. These little flatter ones are going quite nicely onto there. Now we can have a wee adjust to them in a minute. Now this one is bigger and fuller, and what I really wanted to do was bring it really down. Now I'm going to be careful I don't damage it. And take your eye really down to the dish. I know this seems such a shame, but it's not going to really do the flower any harm, and it's really just going to change the whole dynamic of this. And then we just want to make sure that we've got that covering with the stones. And it's as simple as that. Now, we could add these in, but do they add anything? Because they've not got a top, then I don't think they do, and we're really dealing with curves. So I'm not going to use them in there in any way. But really what we've created is a very simple design that's ideal for the home. This might be quite nice for an event, and because we've got blue and pink, it would be ideal maybe for a baby reveal party or a gender reveal party. You could create your shapes using different materials and make sure that you're really bringing in the colour that you want. So we could have had a pink dish or a bluer dish. But it gives you something that shows that you can make a table centre without using a lot of flowers, but it does have a lot of impact. So I hope you've enjoyed watching today's video. Hope you've enjoyed my beautiful agapanthus. And if you have, click here to subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. We have a new video and a new design every week, and we'd love to see you again. Take care for now. Bye.